welcome to another episode of Friend Outdoors.
On today's episode, we will show you the stages of whitetail maturity. The first 3 years of a deer's life, skeletal growth takes precedence over antler growth. Antler growth depends on an individual deer's access to quality nutrition, his age, and genetics. Any area can have big bucks. However, all states are not equal. As far as that goes, all farms are not equal. If you have the ability and means, you can grow better quality food on your farm. If you can refrain from shooting younger bucks, which will allow them to grow to reach maturity, you will see results. So on this episode, we will show you bucks of different age classes and then show you the same bucks over a few years to see their antler growth in our area. Again, results will vary depending on your area. Okay, we're going to start this video off by showing you some 1.5-year-old bucks. Now we're going to show you some 2.5-year-old bucks. And notice not only does their antlers get bigger, but they also put on body weight. Now we're going to show you some 3.5-year-old bucks. And again, look at their antlers and look at their body weight. Now we're going to show you some 4.5-year-old bucks. It's this stage in their life where most of the nutrition goes to antler growth now as their skeletal structure is fully developed. Here we're going to show you some 5.5-year-old bucks. Okay, now we're going to show you a 2.5-year-old buck, and you'll notice he's a 7-point and he doesn't have any brow tines. Then we're going to show you the same buck at 3.5 years of age. You'll notice he's added an 1/8 point on top on his main beam, but he still doesn't have brow tines. He still has the same characteristics. The next buck that I want to show you is a 1.5 old 4-point. Let's see what he does in the next year. Now I want to show you that same buck at 2.5 years of age. You'll notice he's grown into an 8-point and he's nearly doubled in size. The next buck that I want to show you is a 2.5-year-old 9-point. You'll notice he's got 5 points on his left side, and his left main beam sets just a little bit higher than his right main beam. Here's that same buck at 3.5 years of age. You'll notice he still has 5 points on his left side, and his left main beam still sets just a little higher than his right. He still has that same characteristic, but he's added about 15 to 20 inches to his overall score. And look at his body weight, how it's increased as well between 2.5 and 3.5 years of age. Here we have another 2.5-year-old buck. He's an 8-point. Notice his rack and his body size. Let's see what happens between 2.5 and 3.5 years of age. Also notice this buck here has a black streak right down his spine. Here's that same buck at 3.5 years of age. You'll notice he's gained 2 more points, so he now has a 10-point rack. He's added mass and tine length. How many inches has he gained in 1 year? As well as his body weight has increased. This buck still has that black streak right down his spine. Here we have another 2.5-year-old buck. You'll notice he's got an 8-point rack. Let's see how much he grows over the next year. Okay, here's that same buck at 3.5 years of age. You'll notice he's added a 5th point to his left side. How many inches of antlers he put on in 1 year growth? This next buck I want to show you is a 2.5-year-old 8-point. Let's see what he does between 2.5 and 3.5 years of age. Here's that same buck at 3.5 years of age. You'll notice he's still an 8-point, but man, as he put on the inches on his antler and his body weight has increased dramatically. Here's that same buck at 4.5 years of age. You'll notice he's added 2 more points. He now has a 10-point rack, and man, as he gained some inches again this year, as well as his body weight. Okay, this next buck I want to show you is the buck on the right in this first picture. He's 3.5 years of age. Here's that same buck at 4.5 years of age. You'll notice he's added a 5th point to his right main beam, and now he's carrying a 10-point rack. He's gotten a lot wider. Here's that same buck at 5.5 years of age. You'll notice he's added another point at the base of his right antler, and he's now supporting an 11-point rack. He's gained mass and tine length. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Friend Outdoor Adventures. You know, in this country, we've got a lot of different deer hunters, anywhere from, if it's browns down, to trophy deer hunters. And we also know that not all areas of this country are considered equal. I mean, there are some places in this country where a 2.5-year-old 100-inch deer is a real trophy. But then if we talk about the Midwest, we could be looking at 150 and up inch deer. And if you're anything like me, I enjoy watching hunting on TV and on the internet. But for a lot of us in this country, shooting those kind of deer just isn't realistic. We know what's big in our area, and we try to hunt those big deer in our area. And we're not going to put anyone down for shooting a small deer if that's what they want to shoot. That's your choice and privilege. But in this video, we wanted to show you, at least in our area, some pictures of some deer, you know, 1.5 years, 2.5 years, and so on. And then we wanted to show you those deer as they matured from year to year and their antler size and their body weight increased. We wanted to show you that, and we really hope you enjoyed that. So this fall, best of luck to you on your hunting adventures. And please hit that like and subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. And I'd also like to add that if you get time, we've got several shorts on our channel. Check those out. You might enjoy that. And I'd also like to say thank you to any military personnel out there. Thank you for your service. And if you want, put in the comments below where you're at, where you're serving at. We really appreciate you. Thanks again for watching.